We are going through exercise 13E, question 4, and in this video we're going through C, which actually is kind of interesting. So let's give it a go. So the first thing I'm going to do is start rewriting it. So it's going to be log 2. Now instead of writing 128, I can write that as 2 to the 7. Now the reason why I do that is because look, now I have 2 and 2, so as soon as I bring this 7 to the front, I know it's going to become 1 times 7. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm trying to get this to be the same as that. So the bases are the same. So let's just continue on. Same goal basically here. So this time is a little bit different because I have 45 and I know there's no way I can have 3 squared or cubed or 3 to the power of whatever to get 45. It just doesn't work. So what am I going to do? I'm going to break up this 45 and I'm going to break it down into 9 and 5. Because 9 times 5 is 45. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is because if you look over here, you know, I have a 5 here. So that might come in handy. Also, I know that I can make this 9 3 squared. So 3 squared is 9, so that's looking good. Let me come and rewrite it again. So I'm going to bring this 7 to the front, and I'm going to get log 2 to the 2. So I know that's really going to sort itself out. I know at the end of that, I'm going to get 7 there. Fantastic. This is a bit trickier. I'm going to use my first log law, which tells me that I can actually break apart these two logs, this log into 2 plusing logs. So what I mean by that is I can get log of 3 to the 3 squared, then plus log of 3 to the 5. So what I've done here, if I can show you, I've taken this and I've broken it down. I've broken this down into this and this, and I know that if they're plussing, the arguments are going to be the product, and that's what I've done. Then I'm going to come here and I'm going to have minus log 3, 5. Okay, so why is this so helpful? Well, look at this. I have log 3, 5 minus log 3, 5. So I'm subtracting the same thing, which obviously is going to give me 0, but let's just keep on going and I'm just going to show you some more things. So here I can bring this 2 to the front, so I'm going to get 2 log of 3 to the 3. We know what's going to happen when I have this, when my base is the same as my argument, so that's good. And then here, what we have here, so obviously what you should immediately notice is, you know, they're the same. This would be like saying 2 minus 2. It's going to be 0. Well, log 3, 5 minus log 3, 5 is going to be 0. But let's also think about this in terms of our second log law, which tells me that if we're in this situation and we're subtracting and we have the same base, it's going to be 5 divided by 5. So this is just kind of a bit of a longer explanation of it. So let's just keep on going. So I'm going to have 7 plus log 3 of 3 is going to be 1. So it's going to be 2 times 1 is 2. Now, what I'm going to end up here is I'm going to get log 3, 5 divided by 5 is going to be 1. Now, we know when this happens, this is log law 5. Log law 5 tells me that if I have, so if I just drew a little arrow here with an asterisk, and let me do this in green, law 5, log of a to the 1 is always going to be 0. Now the reason for that, if I was to use this as an example, so if I use this as an example now, this is saying 3 is my base, 1 is my answer. What is my exponent going to be? Well, it always has to be 0. And that's, if your answer is 1, your exponent's always going to be 0. So that means when we come down here now, my answer is going to be 7 plus 2, which is going to be 9 plus 0, which obviously means my answer is simply going to be 9. Let me get that. That's my final answer. So that was a bit of a longer explanation, but I really hope that the end of that, you kind of see what's happening. You learn some skills along the way, and yeah, you enjoyed it. That was a fun question.